Hello and welcome to this quick video on some of the latest stuff I've just got in from Foxeer and DALProp. Now, I've done a couple of videos on some of the technology with this, and I have been flying with the DALProp folding props, the 7-inch ones in particular, on some of my models. They now have 5, 6, 7-inch, and now they've gone down to 3-inch as well. So I'll quickly go through each of these. I also got in the latest Predator 5 racing cameras, both the micro and the nano version, and just kind of run through what they are and how it all works. So first of all, let's talk about these little DALProp Fold F3 3-inch folding props. Now, as I said in the beginning, I'm actually a bit of a fan of these. I really like them. If you are a high-end pilot, then you're not going to want to use these, but they are extremely crash resistant. And the thing that I specifically love is the fact that for the bigger quadcopters, you can fold away the props and make it much, much smaller for transport. And for 5, 6, 7-inch quadcopters, it can mean the difference between it fitting in the pack and not. And also it means that the props aren't getting damaged in transport because you can kind of fold them away, and I love it for that. They're also very, very robust, and if you do happen to snap one of the parts of the prop, then you can just replace that particular part. You don't have to replace the whole thing. The only thing I found with them is you do have to watch out for the width of the hub. The hub on this is 7mm, so you have to make sure that it's going to fit on your little 3-inch model. Some of the 3-inch models that I've got here don't have the right kind of connector, but if you do, like for example on this Armatam model, and also on this Holybro model, this little 3-inch DJI capable model, links to all of these models if you're interested in having a look at them. But the props would fit on those. However, for me, I'm not sure what real benefits I'm going to get over some of the bigger props. The quad's very small anyway, and there's less mass involved in the crashes. But if you wanted to carry on and use those kind of same crash resistant properties on the smaller 3-inch, I guess that's when you would want to use them. Next two things to have a look at are these two here. These are the Predator 5 nano and micro cameras. The labelling on the back of one of them actually is wrong. I thought I'd got the same thing twice, but actually haven't. Let's talk about the micro one first. I have got the full case version. This is also available as a naked version. Naked just means it's the board at the back with even less weight in it. Both of these cameras have 155-degree field of view, which is probably more for the racing community. It's probably at the edge of what I personally like to fly, but it does have the super wide dynamic range function, 1000 TVL lines, 4.5 to 20 volts input, really low latency in the range of about 4 milliseconds. You can change the modes by clicking the right button. On-screen display, 4369, NTSC and PAL, which is good because in the last camera we looked at from Runcam, they decided to drop the PAL support, and I love PAL support because it gives me an extra couple of lines from on-screen display, and you can have the standard image flip stuff, horizontal, vertical, and combinations of both. It's nice to see in the box that you do also get the little joystick. I do like the Predator cameras. They're some of my favourites, and these latest versions shrink it down into a very small size. Now, I like that idea because I'm starting to build a lot of fixed wings at the moment where I would use this as the second camera potentially pointing down out of the body. So some of the Maytech flight controllers support 2 cameras, have something else pointing out the front, and have this as a second auxiliary camera, either looking backwards over the model or maybe down towards the ground is how I'm setting them up now. Performance is very good, the specs are very good. All of the stuff that you would expect in a camera like this, it kind of delivers. It talks in the listing about the colours being more natural than the previous Predator 4, and I probably agree with that. I think the image is very nice. So if you're a Predator fan and you like the way that the Predator 4 performed, but you want smaller versions, then these are going to be right up your alley. Last thing to talk about is probably the least sexy of the kit. It's this little Foxeer Micro Lollipop 15cm. Now, I did a video a while ago where I looked at all the different lollipops that they have. They have them with MMCX, SMA connectors, all kinds of stuff. This is an interesting one because this is actually 15cm. And when they say 15cm, they're talking about the maximum distance from the tip of the lollipop down to the other side of the right-angled SMA connector. And it is an SMA connector. It does have the pin in the middle. So if you're from the Fat Shark camp, which I am, this is perfect. Now this is an interesting one. Some of the older VTXs tend to come with SMA style connectors on them, and I've seen quite a few pilots get in touch with me when I was talking about some of the other antennas for fixed wing. And a very common option is to embed antennas like this into the foam of wings in fixed wing, and this could be great for those places on models like that where you have an older VTX that has an SMA connector and you want to kind of hide the antenna away. But I think it's also going to be very handy for those situations where you want some kind of periscope antenna on your FPV goggles, where you want to have it stuck above your head, so even if you're flying behind yourself, it gives you the maximum chance of getting the signal. And I also like the fact that the cable is incredibly flexible, which means that you could easily just push it down against the goggles when you put it in the bag without having to take it off. So there we go, quick overlook of the latest stuff that come in from DALProp and Foxeer. Again, interesting for the 3-inch props. Great to see some really small high performance cameras that are pretty cheap and cheerful as well. The kind of $36.9 on the website is a really good price, and also another option for those of you that really like the micro lollipop antenna but needed it with an SMA connector. Thank you for watching my video and watching right to the very end. If you want to find out what I'm currently working on, you can follow me on social media by searching for Painless360 in the usual places. If you'd like to become part of the inner circle, then you can become a Patreon. Details are in the description and you get lots of additional benefits. Check out the playlist section on the channel too. I organise all of my videos into playlists, and it's called something like Introduction to or for Beginners. All of the content is aimed so that you can start at the very beginning, and it teaches you that subject, starting with simple principles and moving up to teach you everything you need to know.